What's up, guys? Matt Brown from the LSR Podcast. Thanks for joining me and Dustin and Adam right here on the channel each and every week. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like us to tackle in a future episode. But without further ado, Dustin, we've talked a ton on the podcast about when there will be the inevitable launch of the Barstool Sportsbook. You know, this massive investment from Penn into Barstool, and we were kind of wondering how they were going to go about all of this. And it seems like we're starting to see where we are going to have a Barstool Sportsbook first.
Yeah, we know that pretty much for a fact, unless there's some kind of roadblock for it. But the first Barstool app will be in Pennsylvania sometime. Looks like not maybe for right at the launch of NFL season in early September, but definitely sometime in September. So this is Penn National. If you remember, they earlier this year did a deal to have a minority interest in Barstool, to use it as its betting brand across the country. The first one will be in Pennsylvania. They're talking a big game that they think they're going to come in and have a better app than some of their competitors. They certainly think they have with the large audience that Barstool has, and the engagement with its fans, that they're going to be very good at converting those customers to Sportsbook. So we're going to start seeing it right away in Pennsylvania when they go live, and see if they can cut into what has been a FanDuel and DraftKings duopoly pretty much. Actually triopoly, I guess, if that's a word, with Bet Rivers has done very well there as well and online. So they have an uphill climb against some entrenched competitors who have done very well in the early days, but they'll if they get up for NFL season, we'll very quickly see how they do and how they compete against some established brands.
Now, Adam, we know that there's a first mover advantage in a lot of all of this, but if there ever was an advantage in kind of coming in a little bit later here and just playing devil's advocate here for the Barstool app launching over in Pennsylvania, if you've listened to this podcast, if you've listened to our sister podcast over on the Lines, if you've read articles all over the internet and stuff that we've been doing content about, you probably could have picked up some pretty good ideas as to how you could streamline an app, what people are looking for, what people hate in an app, what is like good, what's bad, all of that. I mean, there's at least now enough market research out there, probably enough opinions that you could find if you did enough digging, to where you would like to think, if they're saying confidently that they feel like they're going to enter this market with an app that is superior to most, I can buy it if they did their homework.
I see where you're coming from, Matt. And even though we know that a number of casino companies, including Penn National, did layoffs, we know that the team that was working on the Barstool app was largely kept intact. So they've had the opportunity. My question is going to be conversion, because we've already seen the Score, who we thought was going to come in with this huge base of media users, be able to convert over into sports bettors. That hasn't really happened yet. So you're going to have to see if Barstool's audience translates as seamlessly as they think it will over to sports betting. I happen to think it will be better than it is for the Score. There's just more integration. They're more willing to blur the lines of what's the media side and what's the sports betting side. So I do think that they can do better in that regard. But I also feel like, we hear them express confidence, and that's kind of just what Barstool does. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yes, if there's one thing they do not lack, it would certainly be confidence. There's enough confidence there to go around for all the apps that are out there. Just in
Are we going to get Dion? Are we getting Deion Sanders picks now that they've hired him over there at Barstool? That's what I'm looking for now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's going to be Deion's picks and all that, but I do agree with what you say, Adam. I think they will convert a little bit better with the Score. With the Score was a product, as to where Barstool was essentially a bunch of influencers, right? And we've seen this influencer market work throughout. I mean, there are people who get paid thousands and thousands of dollars just to make a post on Instagram, because that's how much influence they have over the people that follow them and that almost to a weird way worship them, which there's a lot of that go. I mean, there's a lot of that. There is Barstool sports worship, I mean, these guys can do no wrong in a lot of people's eyes. So I do actually think that they will convert certainly better than the Score. And we'll see, in the grand scheme of things, just how that adds up to the DraftKings, the FanDuels, the Fox Bets and stuff. Guys, as a reminder, the full version of this podcast can be found over at LegalSportsReport.com, as can the written breakdown of every topic we talk about on the show each and every week. Thanks for watching.